use that. I'm Josie, and I am the founder of Girl Plus Kingdom TV and Ministries, which is a ministry that was founded back in 2022. And the purpose of the ministry is to really help you to really just transform your life in the area of purpose, relationships, business, and health, and also your beauty. This is also a beauty channel. And to build how God has called you to build. And you can go to girlpluskingdomtv.org to discover resources that we have. We have a book called 30 Days to Purpose, and it's going to show you how you can break through those barriers, stop those cycles, heal from your past, and discover your purpose the kingdom way. So if that's something you're interested in, go right now to the website. It's called 30 Days to Purpose. You will not be disappointed. I teach you how to pray, break generational curses and barriers, heal from your past, discover your gifts, and align to your God-given mission on earth so that you can start today. Okay, I did it in less than 30 days with the help of God, and I want to show you how you can do that as well with the help of God. So that's what this channel is all about. And that is a resource I highly recommend to anybody who's starting out new on your journey and you may not know exactly how to get started and help you to do what God has called you to do. If you come across or dating a man and he does not have the willpower to help you on your journey, if he does not know to then help you to become a better woman or a higher version of yourself, then that is not somebody that you need to keep in your circle. That is not somebody that you need to continue to date. That is not a man that you will continue to entertain, and you need to go ahead and cut the ties and break all of the ties that you have connected to him, because if he's not coming to add to you, then that man is coming to take away from you. I want you to catch that. I'm going to say it one more time so that it can resonate in your spirit. If a man comes into your life and he's not coming to add to you, he's coming to take away from you. He's not, if he comes into your life and begins to ask you for things, if he come into your life and you notice how you're always giving, how you're always pouring, how it's a one-way street, that is not the type of man that you will bring home to your mama. That's not the type of man that you will want to marry. And what's crazy, y'all, about this is that I did not, hey Cosmo, I did not know this when I was dating in the past. I did not have this information. I had to learn this information through what I suffered. Okay, I had to gain wisdom through going paid for university, through suffering and trials, just to get this information. And I didn't know the depths of what a man was supposed to do when he comes into your life. I did not know that a man was supposed to provide more than financially. And I guess it was just because of what I did not see growing up, or what I wasn't taught, or what I did not learn as I grew up. And so I had to figure out, when I discovered, first of all, what I did not want. When I found out what wasn't working for me, when I got into a relationship, a very taxing job to then be a wife, and then also have to then push weight or try to figure everything out. I'm gonna tell you right now, your brain is survival mode. Your brain will not be able to rest as a woman. You will not be able to just fully rest in your femininity. It will cause you stress, anxiety, depression, and all those things. So I'm coming on here to say this so that you won't make that same mistake, and so that you can then get the knowledge and the tools you need, so that when you are dating, you will know what to look for. Because when we date as kingdom women, as queens, as women of God, that's who I'm talking to. That's my target audience: women of God, leaders, women that are called to walk in the kingdom of God and to have success in the kingdom of God. While you are dating, you have to date strategically, and you have to date intentionally, meaning that everybody that wants you and wants your attention is not necessarily going to be your husband. And just because he likes you does not mean that he have good intentions for you. So if a man comes into your life and he is not adding things to you and taking away stress off of your shoulders, then it is time for you to find you somebody that will add to you begin to take things off of your shoulders, because a real man of God is looking to build with you. A real man of God is looking to add value to your purpose, value to your destiny, value to your becoming. Okay, he will then begin to pour into you wisdom, knowledge, understanding. He will share his resources with you. He will begin to just do things at a different level with you because he is invested in you. And if a man does not invest in you, that means that is a bad sign, that man does not value you, and that man is not honoring you in the way that God has called him to honor you. But it's up to us to then begin to date properly and to remove the weeds out of our garden, because not every man can tend to the soil that God has for you. Not every man can begin to add value and speak life and tell you all the things that you need that's going to help you to succeed. So if you dating somebody right now, right, and he is not adding value to you, that means that you have dated below your grade, okay? You have dated somebody that is below your status. And I'm gonna need you to understand that as a queen, we do not chase, we attract. What do we attract? We attract kings that got a vision. We attract kings that got a plan. We attract kings that know where they are going and that are rooted in something bigger than himself. Because if that man does not have God at his foundation, then he's not going to be able to help you with anything. Okay. And it's more to it than him being a good man. He needs to be a good, godly man, a kingdom man that knows exactly where he is going. He needs to have systems for himself so that he can then come in and add value to you. Because what he cannot steward in his personal life, he will not be able to hear. He'll tell you all the things that sound good, everything that he thinks that a woman, everything that he thinks that a woman, have need of or search for, but then drop the ball when month one passed, he switched up and acting different. And that is because he was not really rooted in what he was presenting to you to begin with. He did not have systems for himself at the very beginning. So it was all about pretending and putting on a mask just to get a woman. But there are some real men out here that will not play games when it comes to you, that will not string you along, that will not play when it comes to helping you and adding value to you. I don't know about you, but I need somebody that knows their purpose and then can speak life into my purpose. I need somebody around me or on my team that understands what I carry is huge, and then have the capacity to not just carry himself, but also carry me. And there are godly men that are still out there, but we have to learn how to be patient. We have to learn how to wait on God. We have to learn how to then trust the process, that if God has put marriage in your heart, if God has put a desire in your heart for you to then have a kingdom spouse, for you to have a man of God, a man that's chasing God with his whole heart, then you got to trust the process. Somebody say, I'm trusting the process. I'm not going to allow myself to get in a hurry. I'm going to wait on God to send me somebody that's a good suitor for me, because I refuse to be with a man that is leeching on me. I refuse to be with a man that doesn't know where he's going. I refuse to be with a man that does not know how to carry me and carry the vision that God has placed over my life. Listen, I'm too big. You guys are too big. You're too vast. God has placed a major call on your life. You cannot walk around dating men that is beneath you. No, that does not mean that you are better than anybody. It simply means that your morals, your value, what God has called you to, what he's placed on the inside of you is way too big for you to date down below the grade that God has called you to. If you're thinking big, if you're a dreamer, if you goal oriented, if you have to then date a man that is a big dreamer, he's goal oriented. That way you ain't got to waste all your time explaining yourself to him. You don't have to waste so much time trying to prove what you carry. You won't have to waste a lot of time trying to show him who you are. Because if that is a man of God that is called to help you, what? He's going to have a big vision himself, which means that you guys will be in alignment. And the more alignment you have with someone, the less explaining that you will have to do. Things will synchronize together, almost like Just, like if you can imagine your hands coming together, bringing your fingers together, and everything just fit. That is the way it is when you find somebody that is suitable for you. That is the way that it works when you find somebody that is on your level. We got to get big about our purpose. We got to think big about where we're going. We got to think big as leaders, as women of God, as men of God who's going somewhere and who has a major call in your life. So who you date matters, because where you going matters. Where you going is big. Where you going is not small. So you have to date men that are also on their purpose, know who they are, and they're not intimidated by your big. They're not intimidated by who made you to be. Who God has called you to be does not intimidate a man that is also running the race, who has a big call on his life. So that is what I have for you today. I want you to carry that with you and just know that if that man is not adding value to you, if he is not multiplying, be it a friend, be it a church organization. I'm sorry, y'all, for the disconnect. They are always thinking big. And you cannot afford to allow a man into your circle that cannot add value to you, sis. You are a queen. You are a woman of God. And I prophesy over your life that you will connect with a man of God that can pour into you on each and every level. You do not have to date down just because you want someone to partner with. God knows your heart, and God knows the exact person to send you that will be a blessing to you and not a burden. You need somebody that will look at your situation and not say, oh, really, that happened? You need a man that's going to look at your situation and say, let me give you a solution to that problem. Let me find out a way to make your life easier and make your life better. Okay, so we're dating up. And I prophesy over you that you will not date below your grade. You will date men of value that has high value standards, worth, moral ethics are intact, biblically sound. A man that will look at your vision and say, let me make sure that that vision that she has come to pass. Let me make sure that if it's anything I can add to her, that I'm finding a way to add to her. I'm not subtracting from her. I'm not trying to minimize her greatness. I'm hyping her up in the spirit. I'm hyping her up in the natural, because she's my reflection. And how she looks, it has a direct reflection on me. That is how high value men think. So if you find yourself in a situation where you did not date a high value man, you're in a relationship with him, this is your sign to then go ahead and cut that tie and then wait on God to send you a high value man. Listen, you are worthy if nobody else told you. And I want to adjust your crown today to let you know that you have everything in you that you need to be great, to succeed, and to align yourself with a man of God that is not going to play when it comes to you. Keep going. Do not give up. And the Bible says, do not be weary in well doing, because in due season, you're going to reap if you do not faint. So do not quit because you have not came across that man. I guarantee you, the man you've been praying for, he is out there. But we as women have to get in position within our own lives. Align yourself to the values that you believe in. Begin to do the inner work where you begin to heal and sit before God so he can uproot whatever it is that may attract the wrong type of man. And as you do that, you will begin to position yourself to be found by the right man. Because when your mind is clear, when your heart is pure, when your motives are clear, you begin to attract people that operate at that same tier. You will not miss your man of God, but you have to be in alignment first so that you can then attract that. Because if you are at a level where you're still battling with generational curses and you're still battling to heal from trauma and wounds, then you're going to attract men that are going to be everything that you don't want. And you won't have enough strength to then dismiss the men that are not fit for you. Once you see that there is a plethora of men out here, once you begin to heal from those wounds of your past and you begin to live in your present, walk as the woman of God that God has equipped you to be, the woman of strength, the woman of purpose, the woman that's becoming, the woman that works on her health, the woman that works on her leadership skills, the woman that works on her gifts and her talents, the woman that is crafty with her assignment. She's good with her hands. She thinks for herself. She stewards everything God has given her well to the best of her ability. That's the woman that you are. So that is the man of God that you will attract. I love you guys, and I'm praying that your situation and your current reality will change. At Joah, I'm praying that the Lord will begin to align you so that you can then walk as the Proverb 31 woman that you are. I pray that you will begin to just move different and see yourself different, because your hand of God is waiting for you. You don't have to settle. You don't have to, accept breadcrumbs from anybody's son that did not want to put in the work for himself so he can be the man that you need him to be. And it's not your responsibility to change or fix anybody. You got to work on yourself. And that is the only job that you have, is to then put yourself in a position to work on you. And watch what I tell you. As you do that, you're going to find somebody that may not be perfect, but he's definitely going to be on the journey with you, healing and discovering himself and walking in his divine purpose too. So I pray that this message has blessed you. Go back and watch it on the replay, started from the beginning, and then watch it all the way through. I come on here on live every single week, so subscribe to the channel, and thank you in advance. Thank you to everybody who tunes in every week when I go live. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Josie, and it is a pleasure to pour into you. Also, hit the notifications bell if you subscribe with the ringer on it, so every time I upload a new video or go live, you guys will know that Josie is live. I want to pour into y'all and enrich you and show you how you too can transform your life, walk into your purpose, use the gifts that God has placed on the inside of you, and move forward into your destiny. I love you guys, and I'm praying for you. God bless you, and y'all have an amazing rest of your day.